Very good morning to all of you. Myself, Professor Dr. Shafa Khan, Vilia College of Arts, Science and Management Science, Weed, Maharashtra State. Dear viewers and students, as per your syllabus, in bacteria we have to study general characters of bacteria, classification of bacteria on the basis of their shapes, ultrastructure of bacteria, reproduction in bacteria and economics importance of bacteria. Actually, it requires for completion these things 2 to 3 lectures, but in this video lecture today we will see different general characters and classification of bacteria on the basis of their shapes. First we will start with the classification of general characters of bacteria. The first point regarding the general character is all the bacteria, they are omnipresent. They are omnipresent, which means that they are present in all habitats. They are present in all habitats. For example, they are present in air, they are present in water, they are present in soil, they are present in food, they are present in wheat, they are present in ice, or they are present on dead and decaying wood. So, everywhere they are present, and so they are known as omnipresent, or this is the first important general characters of bacteria. The second point regarding the mode of nutrition, most of the bacteria they are heterotrophic. Hetero means different, trophic means mode of nutrition. Here the mode of nutrition is different, and here basically it means that in heterotrophic they require the food material and they can get the food material from the other source. So, they are known as heterotrophic. Okay, these heterotrophic bacteria may be parasitic, saprophytic or symbiotic. In case of parasitic, these bacteria they causes different disease, they damage the plants, animals or human being, and they can get their food from that host. For example, in case of plants, near about 180 diseases have been reported which are caused by bacteria, and these disease includes gall disease, blight disease, canker disease, wilting disease, dwarfing disease and leaf spot disease in very common plants. And these bacteria they destroy the crops after causing the different diseases in case of plants. So, they are parasitic in plants. In the same manner, in case of human being, these bacteria are also causes different diseases, and from human being they can get the food material. And for some examples of these diseases are cholera, dysentery, plague, tuberculosis, pneumonia, typhoid, jaundice, tetanus, and there are large number of diseases which are caused by bacteria, and here these bacteria they are parasitic to human being, and from that they get the food material from the human being. In case of the another heterotrophic type is that is the saprophytic. In case of saprophytic, the bacteria they grow on dead and decaying organic matter. They grow on dead and decaying organic matter. The common example of this, the curd is very best example of saprophytic bacteria. In curd, large number of bacteria are present. They are saprophytic. From that curd, they get the food material. In the same manner, in case of wheat also, the bacteria are present. There is also they live as a saprophytic. Okay, next thing that is a very important thing, that is the symbiotic bacteria. Okay, in this type of bacteria, these bacteria they are present in association with other living organism. The best example is seen in leguminous plants. The rhizobium bacteria that is present in the root of leguminous plants, and there they live as a symbiotic. and there they fix the nitrogen. So, this rhizobium bacteria, they are known as or very famous for nitrogen fixation. It means that in nitrogen fixation, the free nitrogen is converted into nitrates, and these nitrates they are used or observed by the plants in the form of fertilizers. So, they helps in the growth of the plants, and it is waste fertilizer for the plants, which is preferred by the bacteria, that is the rhizobium bacteria. So, we can say that rhizobium bacteria they helps in nitrogen fixation that is present in the leguminous plants. The next thing, that is the regarding the mode of nutrition also. Here some bacteria they are autotrophic bacteria, and here these bacteria they possess the chlorophyll pigments and they can prepare their own food for themselves. So, these bacteria are known as autotrophic bacteria. For like the higher plants, autotrophic plants, they possess the chlorophyll, or here the chlorophyll pigments are present in bacteria, they prepare the food material for themselves. Most of the bacteria they are unicellular. See here, they are unicellular. See here, suppose this is the cell, this is the cell, and the cell wall, this is the cell wall, the outer line, circular line, that is the cell wall. It is made up of amino acid and saccharide subunit, amino acid and saccharide subunit. Here the cellulose is absent. Generally in case of higher plants, the cell wall is made up of cellulose, but in here in bacteria the cellulose is absent. Okay, there is no cellulose in the cell wall. It is made up of amino acid and saccharide subunit. Next thing, that is the bacterial cells, they are prokaryotic. They are prokaryotic. Okay, there is no well organized nucleus. There is no well organized nucleus. So, when the nucleus is not prominent, this type of cell is known as prokaryotic cell. So, but when the nucleus is present, suppose this is the nucleus, this type of cell is known as eukaryotic cell, and here eukaryotic cell means the nucleus is prominent. So, what here the nucleus is absent, this is the nucleus is absent. So, here the bacterial cell they are prokaryotic cell. Next thing, the chlorophyll pigment. So, here see here, this is the chlorophyll pigments, they are present in some bacteria and they help in the photosynthesis and they prepare the food material. Here the flat sheets are absent, flat sheets are absent. Next point regarding the general character, the mitochondria are also absent, and the function of this mitochondria is performed by lysosomes. They are present in the cytoplasm, lysosomes. Here again some cell organisms like endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus are also absent in bacteria. But here the ribosomes are abundant, or they are very large in number, and they help in protein synthesis. They help in protein synthesis. Generally in the higher plants or other cells, the ribosomes they are present on endoplasmic reticulum, but here the ribosomes are present in the cytoplasms, and here they help in the protein synthesis in bacterial cell. Next thing, that is the general method of reproduction in bacteria is by binary fixation. So, for example, suppose this is one bacterium. From this one bacterium, two bacteria are formed by the process of binary fission. From one bacteria, two new bacteria are formed. This is known as binary fission. The cleavage of parent bacteria, and there is two new bacteria are formed. This is very common method in bacteria, that is by the binary fission. So, here we can say that the growth of this bacteria is very fast. In single day, millions of bacteria are produced or they are found on artificial media or as well as inside the host by the binary fission type of reproduction. Here in bacteria, the sexual reproduction is completely absent. Okay, there is no formation of male gamete and there is no formation of female gametes in bacteria. But here the genetic recombination takes place by conjugation, transformation and transduction. Here the exchange of genetic material takes place, but there is no actual sexual reproduction is present as in case of other organisms. The next general character is that the motile bacteria, they possess the flagella. They possess the flagella. Okay, this flagella is like this. It is whip-like and it is locomotory organ. It helps in locomotion from one place to another place. And last general character is that the gram negative bacteria possess villi or femuri. Okay, these are small outgrowths on the bacterial cell, okay, like this manner. These are small outgrowths, they are present on the bacterial cell. They help in attachment. To the host or to the substrate. Okay, so these are the some important general characters. They are present in the bacteria, and here we will see this is the ultrastructure of bacterial cell. This is the bacterial cell. This is the cell wall. See here. This is the cell wall. This is the flagella. This is the cytoplasm. These are the villi or femuri. This is the ultrastructure of bacterial cell. In detail, we will see later how is the ultrastructure of bacterial cell. Okay, next thing, that is the next slide. Here, see here, classification of bacteria on the basis of shapes. Generally, the bacteria are three shapes. One is circular, see here, this is the circular, and this type of bacteria is known as cocci or coccus. And second type is, that is the rod shape. With this type of bacteria, they are known as bacillus, and last type, that is the spiral type, or it is a spring like. So, the bacterial can be grouped into three basic shapes. The bacterial cell can be grouped into three basic shapes: occurs, spherical, plural cocci, bacillus, rod shaped, plural bacilli, and spiral. So, these are the three different shapes. One is coccus, bacillus, and spirals. Okay, next slide. Here again, after the division, when they are present in different groups, on the basis of that groups, they are known with different names. For example, the cocci are usually round shape but can be oval or elongated. The name of cocci is based on how they reproduces and what they looks like after dividing. For example, the cocci that remain in pairs after dividing are called as diplococcus. See here, this is the diplococcus. After dividing, they are present in two in number and they are present together. So, this is known as diplococci, and those that divide and remain attached together in a chain are called as streptococci. Okay, so this is the streptococci. This is the second type. Streptococci, here they are present in a chain. Okay, next thing, those that divide in two phylenes and remain in groups of 4 are called as tetrad. Okay, so here it is a tetrads. They divide in two phylenes and present in group of 4 cells, that is known as tetrads. Those that divide in 3 phylenes and remain in groups of 8 are called as sarcini. Okay, this is the sarcini. They are present in 8 in number. It is known as sarcini. Those that divide in a multiple phylenes and remain in a cluster like a grapes are called as staphylococci. Okay, this is the staphylococci. They look like a bunch of grapes, and here it is a staphylococci. These shapes are characteristics as they are very useful for the identification of cocci. Okay, so on the basis of these character, we can very easily identify how the cocci bacteria, whether it is diploid, diplococci, staphylococci, tetracocci, tetracocci, sarcinicoccii or staphylococci. So, this is all about the cocci. Next, the bacillus. Here the bacillus bacteria, they are rod shaped. Bacilli divide only across their short axis. So, there are fewer groups of bacilli than cocci. So, here the group of bacilli bacteria is fewer than that of the cocci. Most bacilli are single rod shaped. Those that remain in pairs after dividing are called as diplococci, diplobacillus. So, this is the diplobacillus. This is the diplobacillus and this is the bacillus. Diplobacillus, they are 2 in number after division. Similarly, those that remain together in a chain like shape after dividing called as the streptobacilli. Okay, this is the streptobacilli. They are present in chain of large number of bacteria. Some bacilli are oval and looks like a cocci, so they are called as cocobacillus. Okay, so this is the cocobacillus. They look like a oval. So, but here it is rod shape. So, this is known as cocobacillus. Next thing, last type, that is the spiral bacteria. Here these bacteria, they looks like a spring. See here, this is the spiral bacteria. They looks like a spring. The spiral bacteria have one or more twist. Okay, so here in this manner it has one or more twist, and in this spiral some bacteria, they are vibri, or bacteria that looks like a curve. So, this is vibri or curve like vibri. Spirala are bacteria that have helical shape like corkscrew and rigid bodies. Another type of spiral bacteria are called as a sporochetes, which are also helical but with flexible bodies. Spirala use flagella as a weave external appendage to move, while sporochetes use axial filaments to twist. Most of the bacteria maintain in one single shape. However, there are also some bacteria that can change their shape based on the environmental condition. So here, on the basis of the environmental condition, the bacteria can change their shape. This will make identification more difficult. If the cocci bacteria, the cocci bacteria, when they change their shape, it is very difficult to identify. So, This is all about the general characters of bacteria on the basis of shifts of bacteria. So, here this is about the general characters of bacteria as well as different shapes of bacteria. Okay, in examination, the question will be asked for short notes, write down the general characters of bacteria, or sometimes write down the different shapes of bacteria, or sometimes the question will be asked for 5 marks, write short notes on bacilli, or write short notes on cocci, write a short note on spiral bacteria, or sometimes they are asked for 1 mark for objective question. So, here we will stop here, we will see again, we will meet in next video lecture. Thank you, stay home, stay safe. Thank you once again.